Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Well, today I'm gonna do a teardown, a disassembly of the Asus Zenbook UM6702RC. This is a AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX laptop. Anyway, my intention is to disassemble it and add an extra NVMe 1 TB of hard disk or SSD. So just want to give you just a quick review of some of the things you will need. You will need a Torx. This is a Torx tip. This is 5, and you're gonna need some kind of a. Ideally, you should have a spudger. You need something very thin, metallic with a rounded edge, because it's going to take some time to get underneath these edges here and dexterity to get under the tip here. I kind of improvise, and I'm going to use this. You just got to be careful you don't damage it, because it's really plastic, and honestly I'm disappointed with the backing and kind of the entire shell. It's really kind of cheap plastic, and I'll show you that. But anyway, so you need your T5. You need something very preferably rounded, just to basically get the tip up once, get the edges clips out once you've removed your screws. You're going to need non-conductive tools, something like this, and definitely something like this will work. If you don't, you can also use a guitar pick type tips also. So, and you're going to need a small Phillips screwdriver. So let me just give you a quick layout. So at the front you have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and on the side running up you have 2, so 2 on the other side. Then you have a 2 across the back, and not to forget, there are 1 screw each under these under these paddings. So there's 1 here and 1 here, and you will need to actually pick the rubber up. I'll give you a quick. I've already taken these screws out in the interest of time, but just to show you, it's not very difficult. You need something pointy to lift it up there, and there's a screw here, and in the middle there's another screw over there. So you're gonna need some kind of mat. Ideally, you should have like a magnetic mat that you can lay your screws out, because they're not all the same size or diameters. So I just lay them out in the format in which I took them off the back, so that way I don't have to do any guesswork. So that's really just about it, to prep yourself for it. So once you remove all your screws, the next thing you're gonna pick away, and this is where this spudger is gonna come in very important. You're gonna find one of the tips, one of the edges. Preferably start from this edge and then work your way around. The reason why I'm saying this, because there are clips here. There's a clip, 2 clips here, clip again, and then clip. So near where the screws are, you have clips, and on the front edges you have clips on either side. So those are going to be your toughest spot. But once you get these spot up, you can basically say, I got this spot up. It's easy to get your pry tool, again non-conductive, and work yourself all across the edge. And you don't want to push this too far, because there are electronic components, around the edges. So pop that off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with regards to the clips. So if I will focus there, so you have clips here, and then over the side you have more clips toward the middle, and again the same thing on the other corner, and then clips up here. So there clips, the same thing on the other side. So you gotta be careful, be a little patient. You don't want to break this. Like I said, it doesn't seem to be very sturdy. Let me put that aside. So once you get that off, and you can start to see what's going on here. So We'll lift this up for you a bit. So another thing here, I should let you know, and you can be careful if you want to, but I wear a anti-static wrist strap just to prevent myself from zapping the system board or any other electronic component. Because right now it's there is the power on. Not the power is not on, but the battery is plugged in, and there is residual power all over this. So you don't want to zap it. Static energy, static electricity can kill a lot of things. Anyway, so first thing you want to do is to remove your battery connector. Then we can go, I'll go and show you where some of the things are that you can replace here. So this is a little different. Let me take this as close as I can. So this is different than a lot of connectors that I've come across. So if you can see right here, there's a connector. Most connectors, you would just pull it forward, maybe grab it at the edge and pull it and then just jimmy it slowly out. But this is different. There's actually a metal clip that's on top of the connector, and you will need to push this back. So see, push it back and push it back all the way out. Now you don't pull it this way, rather you lift it up. So I'm going to get something again non-conductive, and so let me go in here. So you want to go in here and you want to pull up, see, pull up, and there. So instead of pull out, it's pull up. Okay, so while I have it here, look, this is your NVMe. So it comes with this in there. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can change on these model, the hard drives or the SSD. And these are NVMe. So there's an NVMe slot that's here. You can upgrade this, you can replace it. But then the good thing is that you have a second slot over here for another NVMe drive, which is what I'm going to put in. The sad thing, it doesn't come with a screw, so you'll have to search around and get a screw, right? Or you can buy them. And sometimes they come, if I'm going to have it on order, a heat shield to put on top of that drive. And you can, when you do that, you don't get the screw with drives, but you can buy them as a kit. Okay, so let me go ahead and start pulling this out. So it's a pretty big machine. It's 17.3 inches for the screen, and then it's even diagonal is even more than that. So this is my drive that I'm gonna spot in over there. So at this stage, I'm ready to drop that drive in. So that's my screw. Okay, so let's put that aside. So that is out, completely out. You can't do anything about your memory. 16 gig on board, that's what you're gonna get. But to be honest, that's good enough for most things, you know, in whatever I'm gonna do. So grab this over here. So I'm gonna tilt this a bit so you can see it. So when you put this in, you go in at an angle slightly, push it up, and then you drop it down. And the rest of it, I'm gonna have to put it down because it's a bit heavy, but the next step is just to put the screw over it. And you don't want to over torque this, just enough to get it all snug. So over there, keep it down with my hand while I drop the screw in. And there you go. One of the easiest upgrade once you get into it. Yeah, so let me, there you go. So it's all in. operating system will recognize it when you boot up. Should warn you that you may, because this machine comes with BitLocker, and you may have to enable that. You may come up with a lock on it, but it will tell you what you need to do if you want to put BitLocker security on that too. But other than that, that's your drive in. And now you want to put this back carefully. So again, non-conductive. You're going to go down, ensure that your metal clip is out of the way. Press it down. I find it's helpful if I have something to press it down while I pull back, because there's not a lot of space between your connector and that metal clip. Okay, so that's in. So you gotta make sure it's. There are two clips to the side, are just two guides. They don't really clip in, but they're just there for you to line up your connector over. So you're just gonna make sure it doesn't clip in, so it's hard to really tell. You know, you can see once it's oriented properly, but you're not gonna get any click sound, so be aware of that. So that's it. So as it is right now, I am not going to tighten my screws. I'm just going to drop this all over it again, slide it in place, and that's it.